Just recap of last week's events.
It was political bullshit, and all the nominees sucked ass, and nobody could come to an agreement. The end. How was that? Was that good?
That was pretty much it.
That is pretty much it. And you guys did not meet. Oh, that's right. Nate technically met the person, but didn't meet them. The newest celebrity to Lovoxith, but that's fine. You guys don't need to know him yet.
Now I want to know.
Nate knows.
I always know.
Why are you keeping secrets from us, Nate? We're a team.
Well, we'll see.
We are a team.
We'll see if you guys meet him. I gotta make sure I take him off the. He's not. Yeah, I gotta.
Oh, the map.
Yep, take him off the map. There he is. So now you can't see him. All right. So yes, you guys were confronted with 4 clans that wanted you to basically decide which one was going to head up the Hergostian tribes. You met 4 candidates. One was very pissy and has it out for Owen. That was Blake Dagut, the human forerunner for the Silt Sleepers, which is the clan that you guys have already killed 2 people from. Then you had met Croxremd, the Grand Snarl from the Bloodfrost tribe. And that was a Vishkani, which is a snake-like woman. I can probably hear Lauren yelling in the background. Sorry. You guys have met Solgeg, the Ash Wielder, who was a hobgoblin, who was from the Burn, which are basically the enforcers and the grunts for the clan. This is the guy who only talked in one-word responses, which made Takiri second guess if she wanted to be with Berg or not. And you guys had also met Makogo from the Thistlefang tribe.
Yeah.
Yes. One of the more nomadic sects of the tribe. Well-dressed, more political, polite, and seem to have goals aligning with you guys and how they will run the clan. They basically wanted to know what you guys would want from them. Whereas the other 2 tribes, the Bloodfrost and the Silt Sleepers, decided that they were going to be more militant. And the Burns, you never really got anything out of. So, 2 of the people had walked away. Solgeg and Makogo stayed as you guys were deliberating. And I guess we pick up where we left off there with you guys discussing who to pick and why. So we're just going to...
One more time, the cutout for me. What was the name of the smooth-talking goblin?
Makogo.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So I'm going to roll initiative
I want to make sure.
for everybody. Okay. And we're just going to go down in order here, make your case and why. And then you guys can do a silent vote. Send me your answers, and I will say who is going to be the leader. So we start with Owen. Which of the 4 people do you want to nominate and why?
Magogo, because he is more likely to work with us and not be a hindrance to the city. And he will not hurt his people or any of our people.
Short and sweet. And I guess we can give people a chance to contest if they want to contest after this. We'll do like a debate. Takiri.
Okay.
Don't think we should be picking, but I vote for Stolgag. He's not full of honeyed words like the others. Why are you grunting?
When you said you don't think, I thought that was going to be your entire statement.
I don't think. It's like, okay.
I was waiting for it. It's like,
no,
where are you going with this?
Do think some.
Awesome. Which will bring up Theo.
I think we should vote for Magogo because he seems like he's willing to negotiate and work with the city. that's pretty much it.
All right. Short and simple. Spooner.
Spooner agree with the Kiri. Cool gag don't talk much, and politicians blow lots of hot air.
Lucian.
I do feel a strong pull towards Magogo because it seemed like Sir Thalion was going to have some kind of like ability to talk or debate with him to like actually have an understanding of what he was going to potentially do. But I am also up to debate of potentially having like a leader and a vice leader with the two candidates, but I'll leave that up to the debate.
Interesting. Like it. And last but not
Frankie,
least,
come.
Sir Thalion.
I just want to make sure that we understand the context as a group here for the situation. And Takiri, I don't think you're wrong when you say that, you know, it's difficult for us to make the decision, especially when we're so new to a lot of this. But we did earn through their cultural right the decision, the weighty responsibility to help decide the course of nature for how these different groups of the Hargastian people will be led amongst themselves, and then also future interactions with Lovoxith as a greater whole. And so, I do think this is really important for us to be unified in what we want here. And I think it's great that we're here to be able to discuss this because it's a big responsibility and can impact the whole future of this city and the lives of everybody here. With that being said, I think both of the candidates that have been said so far are both very good options. I do worry about the perception of a leader that might be more brief or a little bit more rugged for the people of Lovoxith, and so I think it'd be important for relations purposes and our ability to be able to help influence a better outcome with both of these people, the city of Lovoxith and the Hargastian people. With that being said, I think I'm going to throw my weight behind Magogo.
It's very well said. For a goblin.
I was not listening. Too many words. Yes.
Right. Anybody have a counterpoint?
I think Lucian had a good point with having both of them possibly lead.
I also agree. That did seem pretty smart. Having one lead in uh capacity for diplomacy. Thank you.
Yes.
And another lead inner tribe issues, possibly.
For negotiations.
Do you think the Hargastian people are capable of sharing power? Genuine question.
I think Magogo would be willing to share power.
It might help.
Go ahead.
It might help having multiple people lead. That way you don't have certain groups feeling like they are being overlooked.
If we're going to do that, then why don't we just set the four of them up as a council and find a fifth so that they break ties?
That is good point, but I don't trust the other two very much so, especially the one that does not like you.
Yeah.
Number 3.
These two at least seem like they are maybe not super good people, but not completely evil either.
Right.
Going
It seems like
to
they don't
we're going to, if we choose 2 of them, of the 4, just 2 of the 4, then that's going to cause a rift between the other, which could totally break the Hergassian people apart. And then there'll be war again.
But if that's the case, picking one would be same.
They just have more people to attack the one.
Is speaking pragmatically and amongst our own people, would war amongst them be so bad for the city of Lovoxith if they're more preoccupied with their own civil disputes, let's call them? Is that going to be better or worse for Lovoxith? I guess my question is it better for a unified Hergastian people to be cooperating with Lovoxith, or would a more chaotic situation for the Hergastian people be more advantageous for the city of Lovoxith for its peace?
Well, during our debate, when we were, lack of a better word, snapping fingers, we were trying to give them a chance to speak to the Council of Lovoxith. So if we're choosing the candidates that we feel would be better to talk to Lovoxith, maybe we can even let the people in the council know that they may need protection because of the hierarchy that could potentially happen. We want them to be protected for the ones we believe would be perfect in a sense, and want them to be protected by the city so that there is no uprise.
So are you suggesting that it's better for them to be a more united people? The Hergastian, I should say.
I'm a little onto that side, but I'm still unsure. But I feel like once we get some people that are actually more qualified to understand this, like I know I'm not qualified for it, that is just my opinion on it. He pats his pockets.
Is there a third where we could do a tribunal instead of a full council? Is there a third that we'd like over the others? The Shani,
Yes.
but she didn't seem too pleasant.
Berg.
True.
Berg, hey, Takiri, great
Yes.
idea. Honestly, we could have 2 people that are very, we could influence very well. That could really, Takiri, I got to give a hand to you. That is an excellent idea. How does everybody feel about Magogo, Berg, and insert third leader's name?
Stolgag.
Yep, Stolgag. Yep, rolls right off the tongue.
I'm in agreement.
How do people feel about a tribunal?
Sounds fine to me.
I like it.
Yes.
Spooner?
I like it, but this definitely feels way above my pay grade.
Also,
I agree with you,
yes.
Spooner.
Are you
I feel like we're a little
getting
over our
paid?
heads.
Little bit.
I feel like a lot of this is outside the life of a blacksmith, so I agree with you, Spooner. All right, I think if nobody is opposed, we will go with that as a tribunal, and we will let our the representative of those people know that's our decision. I forgot his name too. It's been a couple weeks.
Melkor?
Melkor. What is that really his name?
No, that might be somebody else. I'm pretty sure it was Melkor.
Yeah.
Bag
think
de
so.
Goot? No.
Melodar. My bad. Melodar.
Yeah,
Close.
there we go.
Melodar.
It's like
that
sounds
sounds
Yeah,
right.
Melodar
Or
Hunt.
are you
I
talking
mean, Melodar's standing right. I mean, Melodar's
about
standing there
Sauron's
with,
boss?
Yeah,
Right.
Melkor. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but Melodar is standing there with Magaka and Silgag. So I mean, they're both patiently standing there.
All right, I think we motion for Moldor.
Malador.
Is that what we called him?
Mordor.
Makogo.
Mordor, Melador, Melkor.
Makogo. Makogo. You got me.
No,
screwing
with
my
the
names.
little representative of all of them.
Oh, Melador.
The halfling. Yeah,
their little.
Maladar Hunchak.
Yep, Meladar. We motioned for him to come over to chat with us again.
Okay, and Melador. I remember I got a bunch of crap for his voice.
Oh, I love
What?
his voice. Don't do
It
anything.
was magical.
Yeah, I just remember. Oh, I screwed it up last time, and I believe everybody gave me a bunch of crap for it. So I'm just gonna write.
And by
down.
everybody, he just means me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you started.
Yeah, but you matter a lot.
Everybody joined in on it. So we're just gonna go with an Aussie accent, and
Oh, okay.
he trots over gleefully and says, "Oh, so what do we have come to decision with? What is your decision? Sorry.
What are you buying?
What are you selling?
That's goodbye.
You bring me over, and your stunned silence is very telling.
We vote for tribunal.
I don't understand. You were told to pick one, and you must be seeing triples.
Technically, Melador, you told us to be able to pick who the replacement would be, and we have.
Yes.
It will be 3 of the individuals that we have met with today. It will be Magogo, Skullgag, and Berg, and they will work together to represent the people of Hergastia.
All right, just so I can make sure to sell this correctly. You want to make a tribunal of 3 people, and 2 of them only speak one word, and one of them doesn't even know what one of those words means when they speak it.
Yes.
I love it.
Quick meetings.
That's great. Who am I to argue with the conquerors of Lovoxith? You won the negotiation. If you want to make this mistake, that's quite all right. I have supported 110%, 300%. 3 of them, 3 people. Very good.
We won 3 negotiations. We picked 3 people.
Very, very well. And he motions over to Solgag and Makogo, and they walk over, and Melador bows before both of them and says, "The conquerors of Lovoxith would like to anoint you, and he looks back at the group for confirmation about Berg.
Yep. Nod.
Yes.
And Berg, apparently, to run a tribunal, and he keeps looking back at you guys to decide the Hergastian tribe's leadership. Yes. And Solgag looks at the group and looks at Makoko or Makogo and says, "Accept." And Makogo says, "Ha, a tribunal. How very progressive. I can say without a doubt that this will be a most interesting way of leadership." And he walks forward, totally walking past Melikar. "And you have all come to this agreement."
Yes.
We have. It's a unanimous decision amongst us. We have taken a long time to consider, and we think all of you provide a very important part of your people. And I think together you will be able to create a great relationship amongst your people, along with a long-lasting, peaceful relationship with the city of Lovoxith.
And of course, I mean, there should be one person who is in charge of tiebreakers, which should probably be the most sophisticated of us and the most eloquently spoken. I would agree. Yes, would you?
Berg, yes.
Berg certainly would be. Congrats, Berg, for making the decision.
Berg is just the drool, the puddle around his feet of his own drool, and Berg looking down at everybody just burps. Berg,
Come on, don't make me regret this.
Berg walks around all of you as to not step on any of you and stands next to Solgeg and looks down at Solgeg and says, Berg. And Solgeg looks up at Berg and says, mistake.
Takiri looks at Solgag and says, rude.
And Makogo says, well, this is perfect. Berg is in charge of tiebreakers. I think it's a lovely idea, and you will be selling this to your government, correctly? Correct, right? You will propose this to them, and we will have a seat in Parliament. Or council, not Parliament, but yeah. Sorry.
Yes.
And who shall
Yes,
be
yep.
speaker for the Hergast?
Sorry, what was
Oh,
that? I didn't quite catch what you said.
Of course, we'll need a speaker representative. Who will be the speaker of the three of us that will coordinate with the council?
I would.
I
think
think
it would be you.
Magogo would be
Magogo?
my.
And Stagoth will be the enforcer for the clan.
Perfect.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I absolutely love this plan. This is great. And you have my assurances that we will run efficiently and dutifully to your wishes, which I assume we will get from the council.
I believe.
We get a chance to.
Yes.
We were. Yep.
I agree with
That
Ron.
was on our
We
list
get a
of things to
chance.
do.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. This is so nice to have this pesky negotiation business completely behind us. And he turns around as the sun is setting over the castle wall, our city walls. Well, it is all tradition to throw a banquet, bonfire, jamboree honor for those in times of negotiation when celebrating new leadership change. I assume all of you will be more than welcome to join us.
Thank you. We'd be glad.
Yeah.
Wonderful,
of
wonderful.
course.
We won't be able to let any of the prisoners out, as you can imagine, because negotiations still aren't completely finished until you've signed this deal over with your council. But on good faith, they will be well provided for, better than they have been before, thanks to me, thanks to us. And he points to Solgag and Berg. And he quickly turns around and looks at Melodar and says, "New linens and fresh food and water for the prisoners." And Melodar hesitantly bows and skimpers off.
We did good.
We did an amazing job. Congratulations, everybody, on coming together. Well done. I think
Yay.
that this will be the best of all the options we had in front of us.
So we go back now?
Yeah, I do have a
Um,
question though. Do you think we still have enough time to go towards the mountains with Kiri?
We got. I
Do
need
we need our gear,
my
don't
pick.
we?
Yes.
Yeah, we do need our gear.
Okay. Well, I just
We will have to go back and
I'm
mention.
sure they would like to know how it went.
Yeah.
yeah, we will. We'll get back to the gates, but I know that we were cut on time trying to make sure we're getting this thing done for Grimm's Eye.
Yes.
It has been a long day.
All right.
Back to gate.
Let's go.
So you're not staying for the bonfire,
I mean,
the
I
celebration.
We
think
are,
we should.
are absolutely partying, right? I think we need to
I'm
party with the
asking
tribunal and get to know everybody more.
Above table, I'm asking. I'm not asking in an NPC.
I think like from above the table that Lucian's looking at this as we was trying to get one thing done and led into another, and now we're being held to a banquet that's going to be for tonight. And he's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like I thought we were kind of on a task. So he, like even if we go to this, it's just that's what his mind's going to be on.
like, I'm not particularly excited about like staying for this bonfire, but like I know that if we don't, it's gonna look bad because
Yeah. Try to not disrespect them in some way.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree, but yeah, that's just me saying in my mindset.
Oh yeah, no, like
that's how he's thinking about it.
But-
and
Oh.
yeah, I'm the same way, Lucy.
Yeah.
I mean, it really didn't take us that long to get from the gate to where we are now.
Right.
So couldn't we just run back, tell the people at the gate, hey, there's what's going on, get our shit, and then come back for the bonfire?
Yeah.
Well, technically, it should have taken a long time, but that's on me.
well.
That's why I'm saying it's nighttime. You guys started out in the beginning of the
Right.
day, and it's nighttime now. So
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't.
But most of
quite
that
a
was the
debate.
negotiations, not just the actual walk time back and forth across the.
oh no,
the
that was
area.
negotiations wasn't very long. I mean, this
Oh.
it was walk. I mean, if you think
Yeah.
about the city in its size, I mean, it takes like 12 hours to walk from one end of the city to the other, and you went about half that distance.
Well, no, I just meant like the gate where we first came in here, where like the archers were.
Yeah, but I'm saying from where the warehouse was to here, it's about half a day's walk to get there. It's
It took
nighttime.
us a while.
It's nighttime. Don't argue with passage of time. All right, damn it, it's nighttime. It took me a while.
It wasn't that. I was just meant like this gate right here by like where we came through at 32 before we went across the bridge. That's all I meant.
Yeah,
Was to
yeah.
go back and report to them. But and that took a half a day.
No. That
No,
probably
no,
took
no.
you like 3.5 hours.
Oh.
Like
Whichever
2.5.
way.
2.5,
Still.
close to 3 hours. Yeah.
Wow, that's so many miles.
So
Okay.
it would be like 11 o'clock midnight by the time you got to the gate. Which I'm not pushing you guys in a direction. If you want to abandon the bonfire, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to do it.
I think we should at least
My goodness.
stay for some of it.
No, that's fine. I just had completely didn't understand that this specific area was that big. So
Just
Yes.
and you guys can see is Magako and Solgag walk off with Berg that they are celebrating, or they are setting up a bonfire near where the prisoners are. So where people are prisoned. So you guys will be celebrating in front of the people you were saving. Just so you know.
this is.
Oh, I'm sorry, run that by me one more time.
You're
Lucius
going
is
to
gonna
be
turn his head over
celebrating
to
in
Theo.
front of the people you came to save. And remember, people are on house arrest except for those who try to escape. They're thrown in cages. So you're going to be partying in front of people who have not left their home in over a week.
But on the other hand, it's free food.
It's gonna be uncomfortable for us either way. I just think that we should. I think we kind of have to avoid diplomatic issues.
I
But
love that you
the whole
put me in
time
a
we
situation that I
we
would
shout
fear
about-
to be in real life.
This is like the worst
Yeah.
situation I've ever heard. I'm so glad that you like actually.
I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware. That's why I put the note in there about them not letting the people leave until they get confirmation from the city that you agreed to terms. But yeah, you guys will be partying in front of the people that are incarcerated. And the crowd went silent. There, you guys leave? Did I leave?
The room. Sorry, welcome back, Bill.
I didn't even realize I left the chat. I'm over here talking to myself. I said, and the crowd went silent, and there was no sound.
Yeah, we saw you. It was like God left the chat.
Yeah.
Like after that, like, oh yeah, you're gonna hang out in front of these people, the people
Yeah.
you tried to help out. All right, see ya.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys will be partying in front of them, just so you know. So your long story short, your choices are go and get this deal done, or watch or sit and party while those who are incarcerated watch.
Can we have another huddle?
Can we split into two groups?
Ooh, yes.
Oh.
Split party. Good
The
idea.
So
DM
you
said
want-
yes.
so Theo-
taking Tylenol.
Yeah. So Theo, are you suggesting that half of us leave and half of us have to tolerate what we're going to deal with right now?
Lucian, you're coming with me.
I
In
vote
what direction, you say?
fire.
We're going to talk to the guards at the front, obviously.
We stick
Don't you
together.
think we should Rochambeau for that?
That's what I agree. I agree.
I don't believe that I concur with you just up and leaving them.
Right.
People.
Yeah, because I'm like, we can't do that. Like, this is like, we can't break up now going, oh, let you suffer the consequence of that while we go this way. It's like,
No.
No.
You have to come back anyway, though.
I vote Theo has to sit closest to the prisoners. Make eye contact with him while you eat the soup.
On the plate?
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
We don't want to offend these
I'm
guys,
gonna
because maybe
be-
we offend them and they take it out on prisoners, and I don't think I
That's
could
very true.
handle that on my conscience. It's bad enough I have to watch them suffer and I can't do anything about it.
Right.
So,
Maybe
I
it's
mean-
better we all stick together here at the party then.
Yeah.
can we talk to the prisoners, do you think? Maybe we tell them that there's hope and that they might be released.
You want to
by
talk
tomorrow?
to them?
Or
I
do you
mean-
want to just stand there and eat in front of them like they thought we
Right.
were their saviors?
I don't know, man. It's a tough. It's tough.
We just let them know that we're going to get them out as soon as we go talk to the council.
Or do we just
Right after we're done
As we're
eating this
eating in
milk.
their
You're right
face.
on.
I mean, I think they would understand that we have to be here for this.
Yeah, hopefully. Maybe they understand this is the same type of shit that would happen. Alright, I'll sit and enjoy dinner, but I'm not going to be happy about it.
Same here.
You said enjoy.
Takiri is walking towards bonfire.
Alright. I join you, Takiri.
Well, I just want to ask one more time before we commit to this. Really, is there a drawback for us not attending and actually getting to business? Can we ask
Yes.
our new tribunal to speak on our behalf?
they get mad and hurt the prisoners? That's
Yeah.
the
It-
drawback.
The whole-
there's
I'm sorry, one more
there-
time, Spooner?
We insult them by leaving when they're preparing a banquet. I mean, do you trust these guys enough that they're not going to take it out on the prisoners as a show of power?
Do we know that they're not going to take it on the prisoners while we're eating in front of them, and they could take them out as entertainment?
But we be
I'm
there
not saying
to
you're wrong, my
stop
friend.
it. Or we
With
could
what
just
weapons?
with us
debate.
around, it's a lot easier to ensure that they won't be.
Okay, maybe they'll be on better behavior while we're here.
Well, this would be a good
I
way to see
respect
if
the
we made the
decision.
right decision. I mean,
I
if
hope they all have
treat-
speeches. My God.
If they treat the
I hope they
prisoners
all
like they say they are going to,
speeches.
then at least we know we made the good choice. On the tribunal.
True enough.
Okay. So I will join you at the
Oh.
bonfire, Takiri.
Takiri
Spooner,
is
go find
roasting
soup.
hot dog.
I'm gonna kind of sit under the stars,
Okay.
just look up at them.
So we're all staying.
Yeah.
All right. They start setting up multiple bonfires and a spit. As the night draws down, you see tribes gather in sections, and you see the clear banners of each of the tribes. You see one of the sun shining down on like a blue wave of desert sand for the silt sleepers.
Ooh.
Yeah. So thank you, Nate. Go back to my notes. I clicked off. I got excited for a second.
I was like, I like hearing this stuff. Sorry.
Now
Excited.
you see what looks to be an eye dripping blood, and as the drops drop, there's about 7 of them. Each one becomes more crystalline and iced. For the blood frost, for the burned, it's not anything sophisticated. It's just a goblin on fire.
That's fantastic.
And for the thistle fang, it just looks like a wolf made of barbs, like the outline of a wolf in thistles, with barbs for teeth. And nothing special for that. The less sophisticated tribes have the less sophisticated symbols. Go ahead.
I love this because this reminds me of those events of the Man on Fire.
I don't know what that is.
Okay,
Burning Man?
Yeah, is it Burning Man or is it Man on Fire? I can't remember. But you know what I'm talking
Burning
about, right?
Man's the pot one, isn't it?
I don't know if it's
probably-
pot.
How old are you?
Me?
That's the pot one, right? Man, you sound like a dad.
He is a dad.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
No.
I'm just teasing.
But yeah, it's practically an event where they practically make like these like things of like there's like a statue made of wrenches and like there's a man that can be like ignited on fire statue. Like I feel like it's an event that's done out in the desert. Am I having a fever dream or is that not real?
No, it's
That's
like
Burning Man.
It is the Burning Man? Okay. I was like, I swear this is a real thing.
Oh, you're
But people started like looking at me. I was like, what? What?
Wait, we're not talking about a movie?
No, that's the Wicker
Oh.
Man, Siobhan.
Not today, we're not.
Oh,
Is that the one with Nicolas Cage?
yeah, right. I'm like, I don't think
Not
I've
that
seen
big.
this movie.
Not the bees!
What we're talking about. Okay.
Okay, no, alright. But yeah, that's what it reminded me of when hearing this event and all these like things that they have a burning goblin and that's what it made me think of.
All right.
Like the goat that they burn in like
What are you trying to perceive, Spinner?
I was just seeing how the prisoners were looking at us.
You can see that in this short amount of time that the ones in closest proximity are the ones that are in cages are getting fresh linens. It looks like the people have the Hergas have ransacked the homes and probably stolen a bunch of the modern comforts that the people had. So they're getting fresh mattresses and pillows, or quote unquote fresh, is it's been sitting out for a while. And then you can see a cart being filled with barrels of water and being sent to each of the to rows of houses. So it looks like they're making good on their promise.
Good.
What's on the menu?
Well, so while they're setting this up and you guys are watching, you see the four tribes set up, and they kind of stay segregated. You see some of what you can get. Some of the higher ranking members of the tribe collaborate in the center of the giant spit, where you can presume they're going to cook the meal. And then dancers from each of the clans start to get together and gather and dance in their tribal ways. Others you can see setting up contests of strengths where they basically either beat the crap out of each other, arm wrestling. You can see that they're also doing the finger breaking things. And then as the night goes, shortly after this, you see Berg walking off towards the fire with a big, huge creature on a spit, hanging off the spit on his shoulder. And the closer he gets, you see that it is a giant turtle, roughly the size of Berg, that he has taken a tree trunk through. And he brings it over to the spit and plops it down as the fires are lit. He does not de-shell this turtle at all, and we're talking like a giant. So I think I have a picture of it in here.
Aren't these turtles like protected?
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh. So we may be seeing the last one, so at least we get to see it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is a tortoise of some type, right? Like it's like more bowl-shaped?
I believe it's this one. So I'm gonna put it on the tracker and then just throw it out here.
Okay.
Turtle, 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 turtle.
You saying I'm not turtly enough for the
Would help if
turtle
I didn't
club?
have a million NPCs on this sheet.
I feel like we should be by a fire. I'm being by this fire.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
seems appropriate. Oh, big turtle.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's a big. Yeah,
Look
this
at that.
is one of the turtles.
That looks like a hostile turtle.
As Berg puts it on the spit, he sits down next to it and just watches the fire cook the meat. They don't do anything special to prepare for it. And many carts start pulling up, wagons start pulling up to the bonfire, and you see, hardly shapen knives, blunt instruments that look like they're going to crack this thing open like a piñata.
Hell yeah.
Yep. And as you guys sit there, and we're watching this, it doesn't seem like any of the heads from the tribes are in the area. This is more just the common folk. And then Melodar starts walking towards you guys, and behind him are a few men and women. And when he walks up to your group, he says, I can assure you that the food will be ready quite soon. If you're enjoying the tribal dancing, may I interest you in some of the other refreshments that we provide?
What other refreshments would they be?
No.
And he points to the men and women behind him. He's like, if anybody would like to take an extra step into the hierarchy of our clan, hold on. You're more than welcome to take one of these as your spousal companion.
Lucian has this
Oh,
moment
that's
where
so kind.
he just goes white
Yeah.
and like turns back to the campfire, looks at Thea, and goes, "I didn't think that's what they meant by refreshment. I didn't think that's what they meant."
Yeah.
And if you choose to take any spouse, I can almost promise you ahead in communal laws, deciding you'll be like a fresh member of the family, and you'll have access to all the provisions we provide.
Yeah, Theo's just as uncomfortable as Lucian is. And
What?
And they're not. These don't look like. I mean, there's no slaves here. These are all people willing to do it. They don't look like they're doing this against their will. These look like people. These look like people who are hopeful for a chance to be married off.
Well, yeah, no, you just stunned all of us, though.
Lucian, like being freshly 19, is just like, I haven't really dated anybody. Like, I one time talked to this girl when I was in halfling school, like, and she just liked how tall I was, but there was nothing going on there.
What races are these individuals?
Does it matter?
It does.
Does it matter?
That
one's a prime menace. I'm afraid.
None of them are humans. There are a Vishkani, there is a hobgoblin, there is a half orc, there is a where's the other one at? There is a Gripply, and there is a what looks to be kind of a man who resembles a human, but you can see his limbs are a little longer than they should be, and his torso area is a little misconfigured. It looks like his spine is shortened. It just looks compressed in the middle and longer on the outside. You know what I mean? Like short torso, long limbs.
Slender man.
Yeah, slender man,
Short
exactly. Yeah,
Ooh, tell me more.
The Gripply is the frog people, right?
correct.
Yes.
I didn't expect any of you to pick these. I just wanted to.
Yeah, I love it. Let's debate. Which one?
Security. You think there's any that are a little bit more brief in their language, we might be able to find you a perfect partner today.
I already have match.
Oh, have you told me about them?
Somewhere, you guys
No.
hear a loud boom as Berg is lifting his leg up and the fire erupts.
Crispy.
Ah.
I start waving my hand in
Extra
front of my face a little bit.
seasoning. Yes.
That was in response to Kiri saying she had a match. Well, I wasn't trying to insult any of you, but that's fine. If you these are not to your liking, we'll check the back. We'll revisit this.
Oh no, thank you.
No,
It
no
is
problem, no
appreciated,
problem.
but hopefully they can just enjoy the festivities more than anything at the moment.
Oh, don't worry. They'll definitely enjoy being turned away. That's exactly what somebody wants.
Oh man,
Lucy
First,
just hunches into his shoulders at the table. He's like,
I am supposed to have arranged marriage.
oh,
Yes.
so how'd that start out?
Is tradition.
Oh,
I am not excited.
Oh.
if you're not excited, why don't you like turn from it? Even if it's tradition, like, is it something that you don't feel is right for you? Like, maybe you should make decisions not to be a part of it.
With
Traditions
yes.
are sometimes made to be broken.
Yes.
Kiri, you are queen. You make your own choice.
No, not
Queen
queen.
Benzini. Queen
Still
Kiri.
not queen. We don't have queen.
I'm looking at queen right now.
No, we have mother.
But you're a queen.
No, we have mother.
That's royalty. I know royalty
No.
when we see it.
No, you wrong.
Lots of times I am wrong, but I am not wrong here.
Aww.
Lucian tries to scoot a little bit to give them space.
I am uncomfortable.
Dick Harry scoots closer to Lucian. He's like, "Oh shit, okay."
Anyway, this good cheese. She just shoves a bunch of cheese in her mouth, or what she assumes is
There's
cheese.
just sand. No.
No. That's fine too. That's fine too.
Just pushes
I'm-
sand
I'm
into her
just
mouth,
kidding. I'm
like
just
eating
kidding.
like fucking brown sugar.
Delicious sand.
Well, she did eat rocks 2 episodes ago, so it's possible.
Yeah, and
I feel like if Takiri was gonna hit on somebody, she'd just put sand in her mouth and then just spit out sand castles.
about this time, you guys can
I feel inspired by this.
see. About this time, you can see that the clanmates are heating up this turtle, not to cook it, but to be able to make the shell dense enough to be, or fragile enough to be able to crack. As they start hitting it with mallets, and as the shell crumbles, they start cutting off various bits and pieces of this dead beast. The meat could not have been cooked well. And there's no rhyme or reason to what they're cutting. People are just shaving bits off. You see the tribesmen fighting over who took a bigger piece, and as some are throwing it on wagons, others are stealing it from the wagons, and it just looks like a bunch of ants fighting over a giant turtle as Berg just sits there and rips off the foot off the turtle and just starts gnawing on it.
Fantastic.
He's into the dark meat, I see.
Yeah.
I was really hoping that was going to become soup.
And I'll just keep talking unless somebody wants to do something. But
My only question is, are there any libations being served?
they are serving drinks, but they're not coming from the barrels of water that you had seen being sent out. This is coming from what look to be leather casks, and the liquid in there is sludgy and blue. So there are people walking over and just sticking what look to be maybe cups made of bone or some type of clay. Possibly the nicer people may have glass mugs because sand. But people are just putting the cups inside of these leather casks and picking them up and walking on their way. It does not look like anybody is serving anything. It's a free-for-all type of deal.
I'm not eating anything.
If I were to look at that liquid with my my impressive roll there, what would I come away with?
With your survival,
Delicious.
you could guess that this is not going to kill you as others are drinking it. Being a goblin and spending in your history, you could tell that this is probably a type of liquid that they create by mixing other probably unsavory substances together.
Would this be something I've had before or would recognize as a goblin?
Not this batch, because every tribe does things differently. Water is not usually something that's accessible to these tribes, or at least something that they can have in abundance. So they usually have to come up with their own type of thing, usually made with some type of milk, possibly blood of other animals, or
Maybe some too.
yeah, or vegetables or blintu. There you go. So whenever people make these things for mass consumption, it's usually a fabricated thing.
All right. Well, obviously, Sir Thalion goes and takes a little bit of grabs is there like a cup I could grab from around the area? Like, do they have some laying out that I could steal?
You will see that if people do not have a cup, they are just sticking their hand in the cask and drinking.
Oh, all right. I've changed my mind. I took a whiff and I went back with my group.
And when you take a whiff, you will see that when people are sticking their hand in, it almost jiggles like Jell-O.
Man, feels like I'm missing out, really.
It's like a slushy.
No flies a buzzing, but
That's not all.
Takiri
That's not
is
encouraging
going
either.
to
bunch of dead
scoop
flies on the
a
around the outside of
handful.
it.
Oh, yummy crunchies.
Actually, do I have a mug? No, I don't have a mug. No,
That
we're good.
Feels
I have
like
a
I'm little
canteen.
green around the gills.
I have a
yeah.
canteen as well. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
scoop up some of my canteen.
Okay.
Make sure I flip a couple of flies in there too.
No,
Extra
there's
protein.
there's no flies.
I'm gonna sit up from the table and start like going over towards the wherever they're at.
Just under the stars somewhere
Okay.
nearby.
Spooner will go over there with the spoon and just dip it in and try it. He's all about trying new things food-wise.
Spooner, when your spoon goes in to touch it, you see that the concoction, and this is who's going first? Takiri or Spooner?
Takiri said first.
Okay, so Takiri, you sludge this thing in there. You almost have to force your cup through it a little bit. It gives a little resistance. And when you go to drink it, you get the notes of spoiled milk, rotten fruit, and where the heck is this thing? I have a fruit in here that I made up, and I can't remember what province it's from because it's not one that I've talked to about you guys. We'll just say it's Blintu. I forget what I wrote it down. But a fruit that you are not incredibly familiar with, as your people don't usually eat fruits that are from the town. And with your stone constitution, you do not have to make a save when you drink this, but it does not taste good. You miss the flavorings of rocks drinking this.
Spooner,
Yes.
it's not very good.
Not a fan, no?
You try.
Spooner try.
And Spooner, when you stick your spoon in there, you see that the liquid around your spoon immediately turns white and blue, like milk with a bluish tint to it. And the smell of vanilla and blueberries hits your face.
Sounds nice.
But you're not a fan of blueberries, then the Kiri, because this is what it smells like.
What is blueberry?
What is blueberry? It is a berry that is blue.
Simply put.
I'm
Fantastic.
surprised.
It is small berry. It is not very big, but it is nice and refreshing.
This, and she gestures to her canteen, not refreshing.
Yours looks a little different than mine.
It's chunky and not in the good way.
Jolenberry, found it.
Yep.
So that was the other ingredient, Jolenberry. So basically, and you guys would know, Takira, you would know this, and just by reputation, it's a little bigger than a grape. It's gray in looks and gritty in texture when eaten, but tastes sweet like a watermelon mixed with a strawberry aftertaste.
Sounds
It's
delicious.
there's not enough.
So rotten version of
berries.
that for you, and just vanilla and blueberry for Spooner.
So Spooner will take a bite of it.
Take a drink of it, as it is very liquidy and it's delicious. I mean, maybe vanilla and blueberry, almost like a smoothie. Maybe something you may have gotten from Dunkin' Donkeys before.
Hey!
And as soon as
Not a sponsor.
one half-orc comes over and looks at the cast, they go, "Oh, somebody spoiled the brew! Who did it?" And he's looking at you and Takiri. "What happened? What'd you do? What is this joke of a meal?
We tried it and it's pretty good, you know.
That
Don't
smells
like it?
god awful." And he pushes the cask over.
Oh,
That is a waste of food.
"This is poison filth, not fit for a celebration. More legume." And you see goblins
Excuse you.
running over, goblins running over with another leather cask.
What do you guys do? Something?
It's never mind.
Yeah, Spooner will walk away. And while looking at his spoon, be like, interesting.
Spooner
The spoon is nice.
Yes, Takiri.
is spoon magic?
Yes, it was my father's.
Oh, it make food better.
Yep.
Hmm.
I would agree. It sure seems that way. I've not really had a lot of time to really experiment with it, but
Will you puzzle your spoon in my canteen?
Whoa! Wait.
anything for you, Queen Takiri.
Oh,
Yay.
still no.
Oh, this is amazing! I
Still
love
no.
everything about this.
Still
This
no.
is so sweet.
Oh,
Aww.
Siobhan's having a hard time with this. Takiri's fine. Siobhan's having a difficult time with this.
So who's the big spoon and who's the little spoon? I went too far. I'm sorry. I ruined a moment.
No, I am
No, it was
very
good.
little.
What did you say?
I was
He's
try- I was
very
trying to
little
take
spoon?
control of it.
No, she said she was very little.
Okay, I was like,
Yes.
damn, selling Dustin out like that.
Also, okay. This was all my canteen.
Yes, I will do it clockwise and see if that makes it even better.
It does start vibrating. and shuddering, and you see it's starting to sweat on the outside of the canteen.
Oh, you make
Wow.
it hot. Why
You know how
you
to
do
use that spoon, sir.
Apparently, it's hot now. It's also changed the temperature of the canteen. The
Don't
canteen.
stir it too hard or it'll froth out.
You've never seen a canteen blush before, but you've seen it today.
Spooner will look at Kiri like that in the eyes. Do you want me to stop?
Yes. Please, just stop.
Oh goodness.
Spooner slowly pulls the spoon out.
And before you do, it starts whistling like a tea kettle, and then it takes a sigh of relief after you pull the spoon out.
I think it needs a cigarette.
My
I got so lightheaded from that. That was so fucking funny.
Lucian's
poor
getting
canteen.
secondhand
I
spooning
love
over
this.
here.
I love this so much.
That was really funny.
Oh,
Who needs a BDSM club when you have a spoon
That-
in a canteen?
right?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
right. Oh.
Spooner in a canteen. That's a band.
Oh yeah, that is a band. Holy shit, that
All
does sound like a band name.
While
Yes.
the spooning action is going on, you guys see Makoko walk up, and he's got a bag around a little bag in one hand, and he's holding what looks to be a two-handed sword made of various fragments of bone wrapped in barbed wire. And he walks towards the party and says, as is tradition with somebody who wins negotiation, you are awarded the gifts of the tribe of the fallen leaders. And to you I present our studious gifts of the past ownership, the past leadership of the Silt Sleepers, as their trinkets are now your reward. And he lays before you the two-handed sword of Yaknoth. This is the sword of that you would recognize this sword, Sir Thalion, because this is the two-handed weapon, sword or bone sword that the chieftain was charging at you with before.
Dang.
Yes.
Before his demise.
So it's made of various pieces of broken bones held together by metal pins, wrapped in and the entire shaft of the sword is wrapped in barbed wire.
And what was it called?
The sword of Yaknoth.
Sword of Yaknoth.
Out of the handbag, he also pulls out a sundial, and he lets you know that it is called the Sundial of Sun.
Wow.
Yeah, they're not poetic people.
Good
Not yet,
name.
they're not.
And he leaves the pouch on the ground and lets you know that it is filled with dust of the desert, but it'll be known as the dust of dryness.
That's
I
really
love
cool.
it.
Interesting.
I
Reminds me of my
need
ex.
this for my canteen.
And he says, I know you all have a long journey ahead of yourselves for tomorrow, and I would like to offer you my tent, if you so wish. And he points over to, it's not lavish, it's a tent probably big enough just to hold the five of you, off to the side of the ceremony. At this point, the turtle is all but skin, all but bone and shavings of meat, as Berg has ripped off one of the ribs and is picking his teeth with them. It does not seem like the party itself is dying down, but you can tell that the leadership is going to be closing down for the night.
Sir Thalion starts looking at all the other members in his group and then back at Magogo and says, speech, 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 speech.
No.
And he puts your hand
speech,
down. He says,
speech.
no, that is not our way. We do not want to incite a mob. These people want to celebrate. They don't want to have to deal with the outcomes of tomorrow yet. Just let them adjust, as they are not fully aware of the change in leadership yet. That is something we have to announce once that we have been once the deal with the city's gone through. You will incite a mob if I get up here and announce my ascension, our ascension, the tribunal's ascension.
Okay, Magogo, I understand. I just wanted to be able to witness the change in guard, one might even call.
There's no change. It's a decree, and everybody will follow it, or they will suffer the penalty.
It's better to let things run their course.
Yeah. I feel we've done our part already.
Yes.
But hey,
And
I'll
the
feel
prisoners will be released.
As soon as we've gotten confirmation from council that we will be part of their government.
Fair enough.
But all that can be decided tomorrow. Please enjoy your rest, as I will go find my own appropriations. And he walks off.
Anybody else feel a little slimy about all this still?
No.
Okay, good. Yeah, definitely me neither.
I'm so tired of this.
Tired of what?
Negotiations. I'm so glad we're done with them.
Politics?
Yeah.
I don't know if we're done with it yet. I think
I really hope we are.
this is all just starting.
Let the other group handle the politics.
The other group's not doing a whole lot of anything. I'll tell you that right now.
The other group's not doing anything, whereas
The bar's real low.
Nate can
Wait, whereas
attest. You
we're
guys are knocking some real stuff out. The other group did a collegiate paper on summoning creatures. That was like their main accomplishment.
Fantastic. That's fantastic.
And Nerd
We're
ate
solving
Nadia's.
world problems. They're solving
Jesse
problems.
ate Lauren's fruit. That was the other notable contribution.
Oh no. She
All
was
right.
pissed, right?
Stirred her cantina.
No,
instead.
he ate her fuzzy fruit.
Oh,
Her
She
fuzzy fruit?
Yep,
Fuzzy.
that's
Oh,
how we
fuzzy?
described it. Yeah, he ate her peaches.
Oh.
Wow.
Was she
Hey,
pissed?
No, she was enjoying it. Nate thought it was hilarious.
I bet she
absolutely
was thoroughly
hilarious.
enjoying it.
Oh my goodness.
That being said, should we retire for the evening then?
Takiri wants to inspect pouch of
Okay.
brightness.
When you look in the pouch, you can see a bunch of black dust in there.
Takiri has rolled dice. Don't know if that helped.
The spellcraft?
Well,
I don't even know if that's the right fucking thing to roll. It just looked great.
I mean, he tells you what it is. You guys could probably know. Can I put it in chat?
I don't know. Can you?
That it was like
There it
something
is.
of dryness?
Nope, that's dust
Dust?
of appearance. Nope, wrong thing.
Yeah,
I'd ra-
dust of
can I have-
dryness
oh.
or something like
There,
that?
yeah, dust of dryness. So that is what
Yeah.
it is. The other two items are homebrew items.
I know the sword one sounded really cool.
It's not.
Okay.
Do you mind if I carry this bag?
Yeah, give Takiri the popcorn bucket.
Yes.
Sure,
I
Takiri.
just see
Not
Takiri eating it. I don't know why.
She just hooks it around her neck like a feeding trough.
like a Saint Bernard with the
Yeah, the little barrel.
Oh man, you better hope we're not in the cold tundra of winter. We don't have any
This-
brandy.
Just speaks to me.
I don't have a purpose for it myself, so I don't have a problem with you taking it, but I think it's fair to ask everybody else. Does anybody else have a problem with Takiri taking the bag of dust?
As long as you don't eat it, I don't care.
I mean, I'm
Oh.
genuinely curious what would happen if she did, but I think I think you're right. She probably should, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try later.
Not a good idea, Takiri.
Maybe test it out first, Queen.
Still not Queen was going to test, not on me.
Who's he gonna test it on?
Water?
Oh. Okay.
Sorry to disappoint.
Oh no, I'm not disappointed. I just
Yes, very
is
disappointed.
wondering what you were going to do.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe feed chickens.
I look around to see if there are chickens nearby.
No, there's no livestock.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Yeah, they
they
would
would
have
be
been
eating
long
that.
gone by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well,
All right, I'm gonna go to bed.
Wait. Who wants sword and sundial to carry?
If nobody has any qualms, I would be more than happy to take the sword. But Spooner, you're a strong man. Would you like it instead?
What is your weapon of choice?
I prefer swords, but I don't know if this is so much an item that I want to use, but perhaps use as a symbol with the people of or the government of Lovoxith as a token of goodwill from the people of Hergastia.
Do you keep the sword then?
Are you sure?
I have a spoon.
I really wouldn't mind if you wanted to take it. I just wanted to be able to help help our negotiations of getting them a place in the government, so that we can get these people free.
Okay.
Then I will support your decision on that.
Thank you for your support. And Sir Thalion reaches down and grabs the sword, but he's looking at everybody else to make sure nobody else has any problems with him taking it.
I just
Is
nod.
it a cursed sword?
I guess
Can
we'll
you
find out,
tell?
won't we?
Yes.
That is fair.
Does anybody want the sundial?
I live in cave.
I look up and see sun, so I know where it's at. If you
Okay.
need it, you can have it.
There is no sun. It's pitch black.
Son of a bitch, maybe I need it.
Oh shit!
It's not working. I need a refund.
Damn my night vision.
Maybe I need new batteries. That's what it is.
We can
Sound like.
keep it between the two of us, Lucy, for now.
Well, I was
The
saying it
sundial.
sounded like Takiri said she wanted it because she said she lives in cave. Wouldn't she?
No,
want it?
no. I have no use because live in cave. No
Oh,
sun.
Okay.
Doesn't work.
I go ahead and pick it up and I look among everybody and go. I'm gonna inspect it a little bit, see if I can like understand the history of it a little bit, or if it was just like hastily made.
So it is a stone carved sundial. It looks somewhat fine. I mean, you can tell it was hand carved. It wasn't sanded or anything like that. So not crude, but not perfect. You do notice that as you look at it, there is a thin seam near the top, almost as if this thing could be rotated.
Okay.
So if you think like a egg timer.
Yeah.
Is it an egg timer? Sorry, that would be really.
And then it just is an egg timer.
So there's notches on it, like there would be. You know, one there's
no.
12. There's 12 notches on it, and the needle, like the long point of the triangle is pointing towards the 12. So
Okay.
it looks like it turns counterclockwise, or no, sorry, it looks like it turns clockwise.
Okay, I just turn it one digit over in the clockwise.
Okay, how's everybody standing?
On two legs, proudly, arms crossed.
I was probably just standing next to Theo.
Yeah, I'm standing next to Lucian.
Okay, well
I'm standing across.
we'll just say Theo's right in front of. Are you opening it toward yourself or away from yourself? Are you?
I was opening it towards myself. I was more just trying to see like why it twists, because the sundial should just be more working with the sun.
So the 12 is towards you.
I'm trying to understand this a little better. So I'm holding it, then I'm looking at the face of it.
Okay, so
Does that make sense?
So you're turning it. Okay, 1. All right. So it's pointing up then to the sky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm looking at the face.
So as soon as you turn it, you hear it click like stone grinding, and then it goes to 1, and you let it go.
Yeah.
And as soon as you let it go, it slowly goes back to 12, and then you see the 1 light up and a burst of light shoot through, and both of you and Theo can feel the heat blaring out of this sundial.
Dang.
And
Jesus.
it shoots for 3 or 4 seconds like a bright flashlight, and then it recedes, and then it dissipates. And then the 1
Just
stops
like
glowing.
my ex.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It's some form of like portable torch.
It's sundial.
Yeah.
Could I?
Those around you who see this burst of light start laughing, as you could probably guess that they know what it does and are familiar with it.
Yeah.
So we all point and laugh
I-
at Lucian.
Everyone just
Could I try to roll a knowledge arcana?
You could, but this is not an item that you would know about unless you were
Right,
part of
okay.
this tribe.
Right. Okay.
You can roll it and kind of guess some of the effect that it has, but you're not going to know.
Yeah, I'll do that just so we can get a better idea.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
Lucian just has a fascination. This is, after snapping fingers, dislocating his arm, doing everything that's so outlandish from his original gnomish life, he just feels so fascinated by this device. And he's just looking at it with like new eyes.
So I did roll an untrained knowledge arcana.
Oh, untrained? Well, then all you were going to know about this is that there is magic involved. You can't get higher than a 10 with untrained.
Yeah, I wish, because I did roll a 20 there.
Yeah. I just look at Theo with it. That's so cool. It's some portable like light. That's fascinating.
You can tell that the heat that came off of this was strong. It was hot enough to hurt someone.
I think it's some kind of fire
And
device.
just my arm here.
Well, I kind of had it like aiming upward.
Well, it
That's
was
fascinating.
It was hot too.
Yeah. I mean, it's a small device. I'm sure whatever power output, it has to be, I'm like turning it over and everything, it has to be coming from some form of like energy source in this thing.
It is fascinating.
Why would they want to part with something like this? This is beautiful. Like look how it was crafted in the stone and like the fact that it's intricate and able to pull itself back, and I heft it a little bit. I don't even feel like some form of springed device in this. It's as if these like two stones are just somehow in unison of being together but not completely. Like look Theo, like right here on this like thin part of it, like these stones aren't touching each other, but yet I try to push and shift it does nothing. It's as if they're the same stone connected, made this way.
Interesting.
And Lucian just has this moment where a tear comes to his eye, and he, because it feels like it has a purpose.
Then why everyone laugh at you?
I guess
Sorry.
I guess some of us are. Yeah, you know what?
Maybe
Never,
No,
never.
no.
mind.
purpose is
No.
flashlight.
What's that?
You were on to something, I think.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Takiri?
Is flashlight. Flashed
What's that?
light.
Oh, well, it does
Yes.
flash lights. I don't know, Theo.
I think you're on to something.
I think I'm a little caught up with everything, and
No. There's a lot of interesting things in the world, and not everybody knows what their purposes are.
he tries to not let that hit him too hard, like a little bit tremble to his bottom lip. Maybe you're right.
We'll figure out what this one's purpose is.
Yeah. And I stow that into my inventory. All right, so we're just turning in for the night.
I am of the opinion, now that we have gotten all this taken care of, do we want to take a few moments to plan out how we want to progress tomorrow, or do we want to let that be a issue for the morning? My question is, we're going to wake up, they're going to do the announcement of the new leadership, and then my question is, are we going to go to,
I
we're
don't
going to go
think
get our stuff?
they're not going to do that until we have spoken. with-
True. Well, they said they're not going to release the prisoners. They didn't say anything about announcing the leadership, right?
No,
They
they
said announce tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going to announce tomorrow.
or
They'll
they
release the
said-
prisoners when we get them a spot in the government. And so my question is, after they make the decree tomorrow, do we want to go get our stuff? And then once we do we want to head to Kiri's home area, or do we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Real quick, remind me one more time, real quick, Takiri, what our mission is with your people in the hills.
We get lens. We get fix eye of Grim.
I mean, we could set off early enough to speak with the guards and then come back before they announce the leadership role tomorrow.
Do you think they'll allow us to be able to have our stuff on us during this announcement? I'm willing to try it, but I just don't know if they're gonna be cool with us
You
with our stuff.
are already holding sword. Shouldn't be issue.
All right, that's fair enough for me. Okay, yeah, let's try that, and then I guess our only question is, do we want to delay the prisoners being released? That's the only reason that I'd want to rush back for the government.
Yeah, that's why we could go back and then come back here.
Go back and talk to the government?
Go back and talk to the guys at the guard.
That's just to get our
Yes.
stuff. They're not gonna release the prisoners until we talk to the leadership of Lovoxith City.
But people at the gate can take message to them.
Yeah.
Just let them know that the negotiations aren't in a red alert situation. That the negotiations have been figured, and then they'll
Yeah.
be able to calmly let the Voxus know that there has been negotiations and potentially demands, and we will see how we can meet them together.
Fair enough. I think it's a great plan.
We do have a say in all of what's going on, but at the same time, this is a lot for us who are not trained in politics and negotiations, and yeah.
I think this is all a good idea.
hope.
Okay.
We keep guard tonight. Yes.
I can stay awake if you need me to.
We'll
How about
take turns.
yeah? Let's take
Okay.
turns.
Okay. Well,
Mm.
I'll go ahead for
Spooner
the
has
first.
another concern.
Okay.
Yes.
What's up, Spooner?
Yes.
So we are talking about going to the guards and getting our stuff and then coming back. Is this correct?
Yes.
And then also having them send a message to the Lovoxith city government that the situation has been resolved here, and that will be coming forth quickly with more information.
Yes. It's two things that I would put forward. The one, do we really want to trust somebody to deliver our message and not relay it completely correctly? And two, if we go to the guards and do this and come back, are these people going to be upset with us that we have come back without word from the government?
I mean, I'm
Of
sure
the
they
Dominion?
understand that everything is traversal, that everything comes with time. I mean, it's going to take us 3 hours to even get to the gate. I'm sure they're going to know that relaying messages are almost going to be the same way.
Right, but I'm saying if we come back, they're going to be upset that we don't have word.
So you suggest that we are going to make our talks and that we let them know, and that when we go and make these conversations, that they're going to be advised by the people of Lovoxith to then fit these negotiations, so that they don't understand that we're coming back and not giving them anything empty-handed.
Have we even told these people why we're even here?
No.
Like we were going to go through to the mines, we were just passing through.
Yeah, I believe we told the gate that that's what we're doing,
We
but
told
they
the
said
gate,
we
these
can't. Yeah.
people, if we come back this way to go through the mines,
Okay.
they're going to look at like, okay, so you guys left to talk to the government and you're back, why?
But I
Okay.
told the little guy, our little friend guy that keeps helping us. I told
Magogo?
him,
Or Malador?
no,
Malador.
Melador. Yeah, I told him that we were going to my home,
Yeah,
Okay.
we did.
and I
mention
pointed at
that.
the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we must have already then discussed that, and it didn't seem like there was any harm, other than the fact that they said that the reason everything was being so blocked off was the negotiation attempts going on.
Yeah.
So hostage situation, I guess is a better way to say it. Now that we have that resolved, we should be able to get back on track with what we're doing, especially when we're on the side of this new, fully fledged tribunal. We will be able to have Magogo say of, we just are going to get passed through. He's going to be the lead on that and allow us through, hopefully. And we'll be able to get back on our merry way and get our task complete.
I do think Spooner's first point of making sure that our message is accurately portrayed is a valid concern.
That is a
Yes.
valid concern for sure.
So Theo and I, maybe we should write this down so they have it on paper.
Yeah.
And seal it?
Yep.
Anybody have wax? Maybe some turtle fat wax?
I mean, we could do something like that, so we'll just make sure to make that discussion
Seal
and
it.
get our things, and we'll make a sealed note, and we'll send it to this guard to send it to them.
Fair enough.
I know. It's all I can hope. I'm sure Lovoxith understands how important this is, especially when we're working with Hugo.
Yeah, that is true.
Maybe we can even talk to the guards to bring Hugo so that we can have Hugo give the message.
Yeah, perhaps he can meet us at the gate as we return back to go through the mines after we listen to the original decree.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. Anybody have any other suggestions or questions or concerns?
No.
Nope. No.
No, that's
No.
Smithalian reaches into his bag and pulls out his ink and ink pen and hands it to who are you? Are you Lucian, Nate?
Yes.
I hand it to Lucian. I hand my ink and ink pen to Lucian.
I nod and grasp the pen, and I look to Theo, and I'm like, all right, looks like we got some writing to do.
I'm probably not saying that, like, you know, you're not good at what you do, but I'm probably more likely to have been writing more often than you, just because I write poetry.
I begrudgingly hand you the pen.
Passive aggressively.
I'm not
Humor
trying
is
to. I'm not
worse
trying
than
to.
many languages.
I'm not trying to be a jerk.
Lucian completely agrees, but it's like the expression of it was just handed to him, and you're like, I better do it. He's like,
I'm
okay.
not trying to say it like that.
He hands it to you.
If you want, you might be more skilled at wordsmithing, though.
Take the pen, Theo.
Hey, I'm not saying. I'm
No,
not
it's okay.
saying-
I'm playing around with you. It's okay.
I'm not saying.
He makes the pen tickle your chin and goes, "Take the pen."
All right.
Thank you.
You
God
guys
damn
need
it.
to borrow my spoon? No? Okay.
Is it true though? Your spoon does something? Like, I thought it was interesting what it was doing.
Takiri
Yes.
looks at her canteen questioningly.
My spoon was for my father, which my father was an angel.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
So is it not made of a form of stone or metal? It's made of something else? Or is it like grafted with something entirely different?
You know, I'm pretty sure it's just wood. But it's magic wood.
So did you watch your father create? Sorry,
Are we
hold on.
in the tent?
Get your giggles. I believe so. We're
Are
all
we
getting
in the
ready to.
tent?
Yeah.
So Spooner will pull out his spoon, and then he makes it grow larger.
What?
That's fascinating.
So, yes.
So
do
did
like
you
my
watch your father
growing wood?
craft this?
I never met my father.
Damn. Here we go.
May I see it?
Of course.
It's quite turgid.
What's
It's an acquired smell.
what you call his spoon?
Oh, I said turgid. It's like a thick. Just feels a little unbalanced in the hand a little bit, but that's probably just because you can change the size of it randomly.
Yes.
So is that finely tuned to you? Is that magical in the sense to you, or is that just because you're attuned to the spoon?
Spooner mind just exploded.
He starts drooling a little bit.
Can you
Eyes
make me
diverge.
grow smaller?
I'm gonna try to.
I guess that would be a question for Frel if it's just attuned to Spooner.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't.
It's a spoon to tuner.
Yes.
Sorry,
There's a reason I'm the wordsmith, Theo.
That was out of character.
No, I know.
That was just
I know.
me
It's
mistaking
just-
my wordage. Oh man, that was so bad. I'm so sorry.
I give the spoon back to Spooner. That's fascinating, and thank you for letting me know about that.
Of course. My mother said he was a great man.
I thought you said he was an angel. Are they held by gender role norms?
I have no idea. But I just repeating what she told me when I talked to her
Oh.
when we got to talk to the dead.
Oh yeah.
See, I was a wee lad and little tiny, and my mother brought me to Lovoxith because our little village was destroyed, and she died shortly after arriving in Lovoxith. I grew up in the orphanage.
Yeah, I'm no stranger to that, I'm afraid. I don't know how young I was when I lost my parents. My real parents. But I was adopted by gnomes and took care of me like their own. So I never really... And he pans his eyes a little bit over to the side and contemplates something he really hasn't thought about in a very long time. And says, you know, I have new parents now, and some people don't get a chance to say that. I guess I shouldn't be too concerned about the past, right?
Hey, at least you weren't too ugly not to be adopted.
God.
I mean, took me a while to get adopted. I didn't think it had anything to do with my looks. Do you think people are that superficial?
Of course, they told me to my face.
That's horrible.
Well, when you are a half-orc that shines like metal, it's kind of an eyesore for people, and people don't like strange. This is why I took over the orphanage when I was old enough to.
No. Well,
I could let the hate consume me, or I could be a better person than nice. In time, people begin to accept me to the point where I heard less and less hateful comments.
I put my hand on your shoulder and I go, I'm sorry, Spanner.
We wouldn't be heroes if we didn't have sad past, right?
I'm not hero?
You are queen, Kiri.
No, still
Yes,
no.
you are queen.
No queens.
You are just being humble.
No, you just wrong.
Lucian drifts his eyes down from his original comment he was going to make. And he redacts it, pulls it back, and says, yeah, heroes, right? You guys have a good night, all right? Rest
Theo's
well.
gonna pat Lucy
Of
on
course, you're
the
a
shoulder.
hero.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was you listening to the whole conversation, Theo?
Kind of. I was
Oh,
nearby.
Yeah, this tent isn't very large. I got a little bit in my own headspace there.
Broke body parts
Man.
to help. But
Yeah, you
It's
guys are
okay.
being really rude to Owen, who's trying to sleep.
Lucy,
Sorry, Owen.
did you want to help me craft the letter, by the way? I'm probably not going to word things very well unless I get help.
Oh,
But
okay, yeah.
you took away pen because you do better.
I write better. I didn't say I write words better. I'm not a...
That makes
We'll just go over to the corner and we'll echo chamber this.
is this
Yeah, that
horrifying
works.
to hear you watching him write on paper?
I hadn't seen or heard anybody pull out paper yet, so far she just knows that they have some ink and a pen thing.
Yeah, and
just...
as long as you don't read it, right? Because you
Well,
don't
no,
read.
yes, I also don't read, but Takiri does not understand the concept of paper. It is
Oh.
creepy to her.
Okay.
Specifically in book form, it's even more creepy because it
All
looks like it's supposed to be like a tree plank, like, a plank of wood, but then it bends and it's
Makes
so
sense.
unnatural.
And it does make a weird noise when it's crinkled up. I understand.
Oh.
Poor Owen has
Theo,
to
let's
listen.
go. Theo, we're gonna go outside the tent so we don't disturb them any further, and we'll ride out there.
Right, sure. That works.
Wake
Rest well,
me
easy one.
when my turn to keep watch. Yes.
Will do.
Really need to
sit down
keep
inside the
watch
tent.
since we're.
Yes. Don't know if we have enemies here. We've made
Yes,
big decision.
You've got an enemy here, Owen.
Yes.
Yeah, the one from the Sith skin, or what was it called?
The Jedi Order.
Jedi Order. I'm trying to remember. It was something silk skin or something like that.
Vishkani.
Silt sleepers.
Oh,
Silt
yeah.
sleepers. Silt sleepers with silt. Right?
I
Not
believe that's what
silk.
Yeah,
Silt.
Stealth Sleepers.
Silt with a
Okay.
T.
So like
I
more
just
like
wanted to make sure.
ocean feeder or bottom feeders. That's what I meant to say, not ocean feeders. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Whatever. Words are hard.
Poor
Okay.
Siobhan.
I'm still stuck on the canteen thing, okay?
I mean, not gonna lie, that would be hard to like get out of the head real quick.
Yeah.
Gotta be honest with you.
I'm
That was quite a
still-
scene.
I'm still thinking about how I misspoke about Smoor. That's so bad. That was just me mistaking words. Anyway. Do you want us to roll something to write well?
I mean, what are you trying to write?
I think we're just writing what everyone agreed to, and then letting know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
Lovoxith
this
that this
doesn't-
is their demands and their orders.
Unless you're trying
Stuff
to
like-
do something above your ability than to just write a simple note.
Yeah, I think we're just writing a simple note.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no. Like, so if your linguistics role would be for forgeries or documents or trying to
Yep.
understand stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't think I have linguistics anyway. It was more the fact that I was like, haha, I write like,
You can do it untrained. I'm
Normally.
just saying, if you were trying to do something like that, that's what your linguistics
yeah,
role would
no.
be for.
yeah, no, that makes sense.
Mhm. We also work within the library, so there's a lot of words and things we've seen bespoke and everything.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, let's sit down. I have a little bit of. Is there like a candlelight that we can use?
There's nothing in this tent, just the tent.
Okay, well,
There's a giant ass bonfire outside.
There is. You're getting some of that light, but not a whole lot.
okay, but just enough to be able to write and read, maybe, or enough that if I
Yeah.
did grab torchlight from the fire, I could bring it over.
I mean, you do have that
Where's-
sundial.
I do have that sundial, but you said it burns, so I was
It was a joke.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah, everybody thought it was burning, so then I was like, oh, okay, so if that's the case, it doesn't burn.
No, it does burn. It was a joke. That's why I said you had the sundial.
Okay, okay, good. I understand now, so I'll just do what I originally intended.
worst comes to worst, I can make like a tiny little glowing pebble that won't create much light, but it might make it so that we can, kind of see the paper. Like one of those little stars, the glow stars.
I do have a level 0 ability. No one can see us right now where we're at, right? Like if we was just like sitting outside
No,
the
you
tent.
guys. Well, if you're sitting outside the tent, then people can see you. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we could go back inside the tent.
I don't want to disturb the others.
We can whisper. I don't know.
You're writing a Judy note. Be worried about.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
well,
not a novel.
because
for fuck's
I-
sake.
yeah.
At this point, you're about to.
They said they got this. Okay,
You're about to go into combat to try and
They're
write
better
this
at writing.
note.
Yeah, fucking battle music starts and it's like, "Dun, dun, dun!"
Well, it's 10 o'clock, just about. So let's say that you write the note. without having to go through all these trials and tribulations of figuring out how you write a note. I mean, I'm sorry. Half of you have dark vision anyway. Like, why is
You okay, buddy?
yeah, it's a freaking no.
Some people have just been overworked today.
That's fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's a note.
I know. That's why I thought it was funny having to give a pen over.
No, it's all good. I'm not trying to ruin your immersion. I'm just trying to help you out a little
Oh
bit.
no, that's fine. I was usually just really using it as a role play moment, but
I
that's
gotcha.
fine. It is
Okay.
10 o'clock. I got it.
I wasn't sure. You were like, it seemed like you were deep diving.
Well, we were
No.
kind of a little bit.
I was merely just trying to do, like you said, it's pitch black out here, and I said, okay, well then I'm gonna try to use the lights here, and it's like, no, you can't use that, you can't use that, and I'm like, all right, now we're just back and forth right now.
I did not say that. I said inside the tent there was not a lot of light, but if you were trying to write a note, I mean, you'd be able to write a note.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not trying
If
to
you're
hold.
trying to write an
yeah.
autobiography,
No,
you
right,
might be having a rough
yeah.
time.
No, you're good. I'm just saying that's what a lot of my back and forth was just like, I'm just trying to get set out here so that we can start writing this note and then practically call it there.
Okay, then you write the note, Nate. You got it.
I didn't write it. Theo's writing it.
Who gives a shit? The note has been written. It's done. You got the
Thank
note.
All right. Sorry, guys.
No, it was funny, and I'm only saying anything because it's 10 o'clock.
I understand.
At this rate, Takiri will learn to read and write notes self.
It's probably Takiri's time to watch the tent. It's been a long night.
So, are you guys setting up watches or no?
Yes.
Yeah,
So who's going to be how long are you guys sleeping, and who's going to be the watch?
How long is nighttime?
Well,
Standard-
It was
How
already
long-
like midnight,
Stand-
so
yeah.
Right.
Right.
Got like
So how
what,
long
6
do you
hours?
Yeah, till sunrise, yeah.
Yeah.
So then how long of sleep do you need to carry?
couple hours be good.
Okay. So I'll just watch for the
2-hour
first.
shift space.
Yeah.
Yes.
We could do
then
two
spin
people
her.
doing watches at the same time too.
That might not be a bad idea. Keep each other awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's.
I'll take watch with Lucian.
There's 5 of you, so half of you are going to be awake.
Keep us all awake.
Oh, there's 6.
You
I'm sorry.
don't talk more than 2 schoolgirls. Talk too much.
All right, I just need to, if you're breaking it up, so I just need to know what sets of 3 are going up here.
Spooner will do a watch.
Spooner, who's the first set?
Lucian and Theo.
Yeah.
Okay, second set.
Takiri and Spooner, I guess.
Oh, love, yes.
And third set.
Would be Owen and Sir Thalion.
I doubt Owen's gonna wake up. I think Owen's fine.
I think
I don't
yeah,
think
I
Owen
think
really
they're valid.
cares about watching things because I don't think we're going to be attacked here.
Yep.
I don't think so
I-
either, but
I can take care of it by myself. Don't worry.
I would rather be safe
All right.
than.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
will need everybody to leave except Theo and Lucian.
Can I just deafen?
Ooh.
I need everybody to leave
No.
except Theo and
You're
Lucian.
asleep, buddy.
yeah.
I'm going. I gotta.
Good night. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.
See you guys tomorrow. Most of you.